introduce Miss Alysa Dewdat. This is Ready to Pass, newest RN, effective yesterday, May 23rd, 2022. So I want to give you, on behalf of Ready to Pass, Ms. Gordon and myself, a big congratulations, Alysa.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So tell us your story.
So this is my third attempt taking the test. I passed on my third attempt. I tested once in February. I failed in 100 questions. I tested in April and I failed in 145. So Ms. Levine told me I was close, which is encouraging and discouraging because you're like, you're close. Why couldn't you make it? After my February test, I felt like I wasn't studying as effectively as I could. So I went online, and Ready to Pass was the first, really, I think the only NCLEX tutoring site that I found. I went on, I called Miss Olivia. I called her about 3 times, asking her questions. I signed up for the class. I took it in March. It was towards the end of March, and I booked my test for April 1st. So I was like, oh, I'll just do the class and then I'll be fine. I'll take the test April 1st. I did the first part of the management to care class. We did the Kahoot. I got second place. I was like, okay, this is fine. Took the test April 1st and I failed. So then I booked the second part of the management to care class, which was the following week. And I booked a one-on-one with Miss Savane. I got first place in the management of care class, the second part. And then I met with Miss Savane the day after. I told her what was going on. I wasn't sure what to expect from the one-on-ones. I've heard testimonies in the classes before. So I was like, I don't know, is she just gonna do questions? What are we gonna do? But when I say the one-on-ones were so helpful, I think I did a total of 4 or 5. I did about 4 1-hour ones, and maybe my last one was 2 hours. The time flew by in the hour. I didn't even look at the time. You know, sometimes you sit in things and you're looking at the time like, oh my God, this is we were working the whole time. From the minute she started, tell me what diabetes is. And I was like, tell you what diabetes is? When she says, if you know it, you're able to explain it to someone, she knows what she's talking about. And I'm not just saying this. I feel like from the one-on-ones, the management to care class, I actually repeated the class again in April. Ms. Savane suggested it to me. I did the full 5 days. And I feel like I'm a person who needs a lot of reinforcement. So I did the index cards, the poster boards. I took a piece of copy paper and I would write down my notes from our one-on-ones. I would take notes, I would rewrite the notes. I actually met somebody in the class, the second class that I was studying with through Zoom. She lives in Canada, so we were studying together. So a lot of different things I feel like I was doing than the first time. But honestly, Miss Savane really was my light that came and helped me, and not just helped me know my content, but she helped boost my confidence, because I don't know if you guys feel like this test is a lot of mental and it really messes with you, it messes with your head. And she was just like, cut the crap, stop. If you tell yourself you have anxiety, that's how you're gonna feel. And when I said I went into the test, I took it Saturday, and I was actually calm. It kind of scared me a little bit because I was like, what? And when I started to do the questions, things that we went over in class and in the one-on-ones, it's crazy to say, when I saw I'm not gonna say what it is, but when I saw what it was, I felt comforted because I was like, I know this. We went over this. Not that the test didn't have things I didn't know before. I think I just wasn't recognizing it. Because people would be like, oh, did you recognize? And I'd be like, I don't know what was on. Who remembers that? It's such a blur. But this time I was like, it was so clear. And I can say I passed in 78 questions and I was in shock. So once I finished my test, I called Miss Savane and she's like, you either did really bad or you did really good. She's very blunt. She'll tell you straight to your face. And I'm grateful for that, because my mom is that way. And I need that bluntness to tell me straight, either you know it or you don't. And she'll tell you. So I highly suggest, if you didn't do the management to care class, do it. If you didn't book one-on-ones, do it. It is so worth it. I keep telling people that I had class with, I'm like, book them, do it. And once they do it, they're like, oh my God, I wish she had more slots available. It was so great, because it's so effective what she does. So I just have to thank Miss Sylvain and Miss Gordon. Miss Gordon's not to go unappreciated. I don't know if you guys did GI already. That sand steak and Blakemore tube, I can hear Miss Gordon saying it in my head. 3 lumens, scissors at the bedside, esophageal varices. So they're great at what they're doing. I appreciate them very much. I can only thank them so much. And now I can say, like, I'm an RN. So.
Congratulations, Alysa. You worked really, really hard. And thank you for sharing your testimony, because so many times people, they pass and they just disappear. And then when you ask them to do a testimony, they're like, no, I don't want anybody to know that I failed 2 times. I don't want anybody to know, but it's your testimony that helps other people. So I thank you for being brave. I thank you for being courageous. I thank you for sharing your story. And most of all, congratulations on becoming an RN and not giving up.
Thank you. And you guys can do it. Just believe in yourself. Study the book. Everything is in that book. I'm telling you. I'm not just saying this. They're not telling me to say this. Everything is in the book. If you do the one-on-ones, she's pointing out things that are important. I promise you, even the management of care, do that, take notes, and that 2 to 3 hours. And even if you make a friend in this class, if you see somebody who's doing well and you message them like, hey, can we study one time? It'll help you. I feel like reinforcement is such a big thing with the NCLEX. Like, they're right. Like, if you know your content, there's no way that you can. And I can say, like, I feel like I didn't know my content, and now I know my content. Where even if I like go into a job tomorrow, I would feel confident because I actually know. They're not just prepping you for the test. They're prepping you for, like, when you start work.
Okay, Miss Alysa, well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. We definitely appreciate you, and be safe out there.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a good last day.
All right, take care. Bye, Miss Alysa.